Hi, beauties of crypto. Welcome. Today, Nicole and I are going to be talking about gratitude. And gratitude is something I'm sure we all know what that is. It's when something is done good for us and we show our appreciation for it. And it can mean many things. One thing can be a deed that's done for you. Another one can be that someone in your home did something nice. And, sometimes we even have to have gratitude when they don't do it the way that we like how they do it. Like, clean the kitchen, or they did something around the house and it's not exactly how we wanted things done, but to show gratitude for that. And I think it's a great time of the year to kind of step back, relax a little bit, and really appreciate the people in our lives. What do you think, Nicole?
I completely agree. There are actually studies that show if you have a spirit of gratitude, let's say, or if you practice gratitude, and we'll kind of talk about that a little bit more, that it actually has tangible benefits. It increases your happiness. It can actually help with sleep, on and on and on. So they have looked at it in these studies and they show that you can actually almost train yourself to be more grateful. And once you kind of do that, you get into a loop and chemically in your brain changes happen. So it increases your dopamine and serotonin levels. So it's not only important for the benefit of the people around you, but it's
Mhm.
also important because it's a very, very easy way to tangibly improve your own life.
Sure. Yeah. And I've also found that sometimes, when things really go wrong in your life, or something really bad that you think is really bad going on in your life, and at the moment you can't seem to appreciate it. And I've learned now, because of I seem to have gone through enough in my life, that when something really bad is happening, I realize there's something I'm supposed to gain or grow from it. And
Right.
so I know this sounds really weird to say, but when you're going something really hard in your life, whether it's a divorce, or it's a loss of a job, or even a death in the family, there's some sort of growth that comes out of that in the end. And you become a better person for it. And so it's hard to have gratitude during those moments. Um, but if you can understand that's part of the process, it might be easier while you're going through that. So,
I agree. And I think it can be hard to have it in those moments, but I think it's actually important for that reason that you exercise that gratitude muscle on a daily basis. And I think one of the things that you can do when it feels like it's hard is to really focus on your perspective. And your
right.
perspective can change your perception. So, like, to relate it to crypto, one of the sayings that we have in crypto is when in doubt, zoom out. So when you have a big drop in crypto, like you're like, oh my goodness, last week crypto dropped, $10,000. But if you zoom out, meaning you change your perspective and you look at it over the last year or 5 years or 10 years, you're like, oh, well, in that case, Bitcoin grew by, however many thousands of percent. So taking that same idea, you can have something bad that happened in your life and it can look bad in that moment. But if you kind of take a step back and you look at the bigger picture of maybe a different time frame, or you look at, oh man, well, I lost my job, but somebody else may not have had a job for the past 10 years. If you change your perspective, that actually change, if you change your perspective, that changes how you perceive an issue and that allows you to find the good in it. And I think that we should do that more often.
Absolutely. And yeah, and I would say also, even when people are talking to you, or if they're again, if they did something nice for you, or don't always assume, like when you get a Christmas present, like, wow, well, why did they get this for me? They know I don't really like that, or it doesn't look like they really put a lot of effort behind the Christmas present. Just realize and try to go from a point of gratitude that they did
Right.
something for you, because a lot of people don't even have people in their lives that even take the time for that. So take a step back. I think the takeaway is, um, almost operate from a daily mindset of gratitude, and you'll be happier in the long run.
Right. I agree. There's actually, I think it's called a gratitude experiment or something like that. So, in addition to that takeaway, are kind of the same thing. I actually encourage everyone to do a gratitude journal. So, every single day, think about and then write down one thing that you're grateful for. And then maybe like once a week, say thank you to someone and tell them why you're thankful. And then once a month, try to do gratitude in advance. So say thank you in advance for the things that you know are to come. So
You
that
know,
could
and
be a fun takeaway.
And a thing I thought about, this might be something kind of fun. If you can have a couple of those gratitude journals for the most
Mhm.
important people in your life and write something down weekly, you'd almost have to like, for me at least, I know this sounds bad. I'd almost have to like put it in my calendar to remember that I would do it because I
Right.
get so busy. And then write some gratitude journaling in there weekly or monthly on that person, and then maybe give it as a gift at the end of the year. If that would be kind of
Oh, I
fun.
love that. Love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That's a great
So.
idea.
All right. Well, wonderful. Thank you so much, ladies. And we have, please go to beautyofcrypto.com for information on our upcoming meetings. And we'd love to see you.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye bye.